So this is the start of the St Patrick's Way at Navan, just to the west of Armagh. I'm going to get my first pilgrim stamp here. And then head off towards Downpatrick. So my first stop on the pilgrim route is the city of Armagh, and I'm stood inside St Patrick's Church of Ireland Cathedral here on the highest point within the now city of Armagh. The first land that Patrick was given to build a church by the chieftains of Navan was actually just slightly down the hill, but eventually he was able to build up here. This was also a pagan and prehistoric religious site at one time. There were then churches here throughout the centuries, becoming grander and grander, and as Armagh became the centre of the Church of Ireland and the bishops of Armagh are centred here, it became cathedrals. Those buildings were destroyed several times over the centuries as conflicts rose across the country. This current building is from sometime in the 1600s. The spires that we saw from Navan yesterday were actually from the Catholic cathedral, also called St Patrick's, which is on a hill just across the valley there. But that was built much later, after Catholics were allowed again to build churches and given more freedom in the 1800s. So it stopped raining, probably momentarily, so I've come outside the cathedral, so there it is there. St Patrick was born in Britain, in Roman Britain. His father worked for the Romans, and that would have been where he would have been introduced to Christianity. At the age of 16, he was captured by Irish pirates and brought across to Ireland, and he spent 6 years here as a slave before he escaped and fled back to Britain. In his writings, he says that it was that period of 6 years where he relied, during his hardship, where he relied on his faith, and his faith grew and blossomed. And so when he got back to Britain, he expressed a desire to be ordained and to join the church. He studied in Europe, he was ordained in Europe, and he had a dream, a vision, saying that he should go back to Ireland to convert, to bring Christianity to the people of Ireland. And so he came here. He landed on the east coast of Ireland, and the first place he landed towards the south struggled and didn't have much success. So he came north, landed in Strangford Lough. And the very first church that he set up is in that area. And indeed, at the end of his life, that's also the area where his tomb is, in Downpatrick. And so that's where the pilgrimage route ends. It starts at Navan because of Armagh and Patrick's association with Armagh, and the Armagh being the centre of the church. The archbishops of the Church of Ireland and the Catholic Church here are both based here in Armagh, and the pilgrimage is going to take me south and along the coast towards Strangford Lough, towards Downpatrick, where his tomb is, and that's where I'm going to head towards now. Well, it's been a long day. I've travelled all the way down from Armagh through Newry here to Rostrevor, on the edge of Carlingford Lough, which opens up out into the sea. I've booked into my B&B and I've changed. And today, as I've travelled, I've stopped and explored and walked and stamped my pilgrim's pass at the various points on the route south. As I've come south, the scenery has changed enormously. We're now on the edge of the Mountains of Mourn. And it's through those mountains that the pilgrim's route heads and where I shall continue tomorrow on the way to Downpatrick. But for tonight, I've stopped, and I'm going to head into Rostrevor and find myself a pint of Guinness.